Right back to Quirin. Tough shot by Quirin, and he gets the roll. Game of his life tonight for Jagger Quirin. 13 points for the sophomore. 15-point lead for the Vikes at 31-16. 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Easy steal for the Vikes, and a layup at the other end for Trey Mack, and we have a timeout on the floor called by Baxter Springs. Vikings leading at 33-16. 5:49 to go in quarter number 3. We'll step away for a 30-second break. This is Viking basketball on V93. And we're back live at Southeast High School. Vikings enjoying a 17-point cushion. Well, that one was almost a traveling violation. Shot missed, and then a foul, a reach-in by Jacob Grant. That will be his third. And Baxter still in the 3-2 zone. Kendrick over to Sawyer. In the corner to Quirin. To Tullis. In that short corner area. Jagger Quirin couldn't get that one to go in the paint, and it's pulled out by Baxter Springs. Abbott with it. It's one of two freshmen who has seen action tonight for the Lions. Alexander to Schaefer. Picked up by Kendrick, and a near steal. Who's going to get this loose ball? J.J. Kendrick has it. Up ahead to Sawyer. Dante tripped up. That's got to be a foul. And the Vikes will take it out underneath. Gage Maggard, the 5'8" senior, picks up his first. And that is the team's second. 4:31 to go in the third quarter. Parsons leading this one 33-16. Vikes have Kendrick, Barkus, Tullis, Keel, and Sawyer on the floor. Sawyer takes a dribble, launches a three, is short, and pulled out of there by the Lions. Here comes Schaefer with it. Guarded by Barkus. Hands off to Abbott. Ball poked away, but right back to Abbott. Hands off to Maggard. His little floater goes down, so the senior gets his first basket. 15-point lead for the Vikes now at 33-18. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Keel. Great look underneath to Barkus. Boy, a lot of contact, no call, and the shot is missed. And here come the Lions with a chance to inch a little bit closer. Alexander with a strong drive, and he scores. Really the first defensive breakdown of the night for the Vikings. 33-20. It's a 13-point lead for the Vikes. Sawyer to Kendrick. Oh, they're going to call a traveling violation on J.J. Kendrick. So the Vikings led by as many as 17. Baxter Springs hits a three on this trip. They'll have it down to 10. Weston Schaefer, 6'4" senior. Finds a cutter. It's knocked out of bounds by the Vikings, and Baxter Springs will take it out underneath their own basket. Down to 3:26 to go in the third quarter, 33-20. Vikings on top. Schaefer to Abbott, right in front of the Baxter bench. Almost poked away. Grant gets his man in the air, and he scores. So Baxter not going away. They have a little 6-0 run going right now. 33-22, Vikes by 11. A little over 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3, and a timeout called by Coach Hout. We'll keep it here at the gym. 3:06 to go in the third quarter. Vikes leading at 33-22, and Tony, it looked like the Vikings were maybe prepared to run away with it.
Yeah.
And now I know maybe ever since Landon Wheat went down with that ankle injury, Baxter Springs, they're back in it.
On a little run here, so definitely at least a 6-0 run I think it was at 33-16, if I remember right.
Yep, that's correct.
So Vikings definitely need to get some baskets here to keep going, because they're not. 33 is not enough. They're going to have to get some more points. Coach Houck's kind of laying into him over here. So.
Yeah, Vikings are going to have to come out of this timeout with a little more fire. Tullis gets it in to Quirin. Now to Kendrick to Keel. Keel needs help. Gets it to Barkus. Barkus picks up his dribble. Swings it over to Quirin. Quirin gets around one man and hands off to Keel. Skip pass over to Barkus. Now to Kendrick at the top of the key. Vikes with the ball in an 11-point lead. Thought about a three. Now over to Keel. Now he needs help. Tullis has it in the corner. Vikes being very, very patient. Three-pointer by Quirin. Off the mark, no good. He's going to run down the loose ball. He's going to try another three. Couldn't get it, but another offensive board. Tullis scores. Trey Tullis with 7 points. Big possession there for the Vikes. They lead by 13, just over 2 minutes to go. In the third quarter, they burn the press that time, and laying it in is Jacob Grant. He's in double figures with 10. 35-24, 11-point lead for the Vikes. Minute 52 to go in the third quarter. Again, Landon Wheat went down with an ankle injury. We do not know the severity of it. Not sure if he'll be able to come back or not.
I don't see him.
Tullis in the corner. Pass over to Keel, now to Kendrick. Double teamed, he splits it. Needs help. Gets it out to Quirin. He'll try another three. It's short, and we have a foul underneath. And it's going to go on Keel.
Wow, Wheat's come back in. That's why I didn't see him. He was
was
crouched down in front of the table. So
yeah, that's good news. I thought maybe he'd come back. It looked like he was able to go. Yeah, I think he went back to the locker room briefly, but it looked like he was able to.
He might have
jog. Good to see him back out on the floor, but man, Baxter Springs can get this down under 10 points on this trip. And Abbott, the freshman, I thought he was going to launch a three. Instead, he drives, hands off to a teammate from 14. No good, but once again, Baxter has the loose ball. And from 14, the shot goes down for Grant. He now has 12 points. This was a 17-point lead for the Vikes. It is down to 9 with 1 minute to go in the third period.
The Vikes definitely need to score here. Much needed.
Tullis out top to Keel. Dangerous pass, but he got it to Kendrick. He goes up, and they're going to take away the basket. I thought it was a flop. Instead, they're going to call an offensive foul on J.J. Kendrick, his second. And down to 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Vikes held Baxter Springs to 12 points in the first half. Baxter has 14 here in the third quarter. 7 two-point field goals by the Lions. 35-26, Vikes by 9. Baxter has the basketball. 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. Nice drive by the freshman. Oh, it's in and out, no good. Rebounded by Landon Wheat. Give the Vikings hold for the final shot here. Vikings will get the first possession of the fourth quarter as well. Down to 13 seconds. It was Jagger Quirin knocking down some big threes at the end of the first quarter and second quarter, but he is not on the floor right now. 5 seconds. Barkus with it. Out to Tullis. Trying to get it to Sawyer. He's got 1 second, and they're not going to get a shot off. He traveled, and that's the end of the third quarter with your score. Parsons 35, Baxter 26. We'll be back with quarter number 4 in 30 seconds. Parsons Vikings 8 minutes away from advancing to the championship game tomorrow night against the Riverton Rams, but they still have work to do. They lead Baxter 35-26 after 3 quarters, but Baxter outscored Parsons 14-10 9 in the third period. Tony, was a 17-point lead for the Vikes about halfway through the third period, and then they just kind of went cold at the offensive end, and Baxter Springs started clicking a little bit more on the offensive end. And man, Vikes are going to have to play well the final quarter to get to the championship game.
Yeah, it's been frustrating just trying to get a basket. So another thing's frustrating is this live stream just keeps kicking me out.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I restarted again. I think we're just
I've checked with some people, and they said the Baxter stream is working just fine, and we're on the exact same internet as they are. Here's a long three off the mark by Sawyer, and loose ball goes to Baxter, rebounded by Schaefer. Well, this is as close as Baxter has been in a long, long time. Maggard with it, gets it out top to Alexander, guarded by Tallis. Vikes in a man-to-man. Nice drive, he's going to score. Alexander with 4 points. This is a 7-point game, 35-28, Vikes by 7. Baxter started out in a man-to-man. About halfway through the second quarter, they went to a 3-2 zone, and they have stuck with it, and it has been effective. Vikes lob it in to Wheat, and he loses it. It's a steal. Here comes Grant with it to Alexander. Looks like he took steps, no call. The freshman wants a big three. It's off the mark. Great box out by Tallis. That should have been a foul over the back. Vikings still have the basketball. Lob it up for Wheat. And he is fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. Boy, and the Vikes need these 2 free throws.
Yeah, badly.
16 at one point. This is a 12-2 run by the Lions. Landon Wheat with 2 points on the night. This is his first trip to the free throw line. 6'4" senior puts it up, and it's good. 36-28, Vikes by 8. Quirin replaces Tallis in the Viking lineup. Second free throw, good.
Much needed.
So Landon Wheat with 4 points. It's a 9-point lead for the Vikings. Wheat heads to the bench. 6:53 to go in our ball game. Vikes go with their zone press. And it's broken once again by Baxter. Schaefer, well, that's a clean block. Yep, that's a jump ball, and that's the second time J.J. Kendrick's done that tonight. Possession arrow favors Baxter. 6:44 to go in our 6:44 to go in our ball game. Tallis replaces Barkus. 9-point lead for the Vikes. They led by 7. Abbott with it. Gets it out to Grant. Now to Schaefer. He almost lost it. Gets it back. And Maggard has it. Little jump shot. No good. Got his own rebound somehow. Schaefer with a reverse layup.
Oh, wow.
It spins out. No good. It was a great move. It just would not stay down. Here comes Sawyer with it, and he's out of control. Somehow he saves the possession to J.J. Kendrick. J.J. gets his man in the air. Can't score, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Vikings very fortunate on that possession. Weston Schaefer with his second personal. And that is Baxter's second here in the fourth period. Again, 37-28 your score. Two free throws coming for J.J. Kendrick. 6'1" senior has 6 points. Boy, that's well off the mark. Basically an air ball for J.J. Kendrick.
All it hit was net on the
got a little bit of net.
side.
You won't see that from J.J. very often. He'll have one more. Trying to give the Vikings a 10-point lead. 6:14 to go in our ball game. That one's too hard, so J.J. 0 for 2. Just a 9-point lead for the Vikes. Here comes Baxter Springs. Just over 6 minutes to go in our ball game. Alexander to Schaefer in the corner, down low to Grant, and he's going to get the roll from the baseline. He's really picked up his game. He has 14 points, 7-point lead for the Vikes, and a steal. Who's going to run it down? The Vikes have it. J.J. Kendrick To Jason Smart. He wants the three. It's off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Alexander. Points have been hard to come by here in the second half for the Vikings. They only have 11. Abbott in the corner. Boy, nice drive by the freshman, and it's no good. He missed it. Vikings run into each other, and it's going to be a traveling violation. Boy,
everything going wrong.
Not very much going right for the Vikings right now. They finally had a loose ball bounce their direction, and they had two guys run into each other, and it resulted in a traveling violation. Again, this was a 17-point lead for the Vikes back in the third period, and Baxter has got it down to 7, and they have the basketball. Logan Abbott, the 5'7" freshman. He's a southpaw. Gets it over to Schaefer. Boy, it looked like he almost took steps, but is going to get to the rim and score. This is a 5-point game at 37-32. Needless to say, the Vikes need a basket. 5-point lead for the Vikes with 5 minutes to play. Baxter stays in that zone that has been very, very effective. And the Vikes just threw it away. Miscommunication between Mack and Keel. Barkus will check in. Mack heads to the bench, and I think we have a timeout on the floor. 37-32, Vikes by 5, 4:53 to play in our game. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Viking basketball on B93.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
And we're back live at Southeast High School. It looks like this is going to go right down to the end. Vikings with a 5-point lead. Looked like the Vikings were going to run away with it with that 17-point lead halfway through the third quarter. Boy, but the Vikings have not been able to get the ball to go in the basket. Baxter Springs is really floor. They only had 12 points at halftime, and they have scored 20 here in the second half. They've outscored the Vikes 6-2 here in the fourth period, and here comes Baxter Springs, only down 5. Alexander to Grant, puts the ball on the floor, goes up over Wheat, can't get it to go. He's got the loose ball. Tullis has it for the Vikings. Outlet to Barkus. Over to J.J. Kendrick. J.J. all the way to the basket, blocked from behind, and they call him for an offensive foul as well. They're going to get J.J. with an offensive foul, his third.
That's unbelievable, Scott. It's not even close to being an offensive foul.
Yeah, Coach Howe giving the official grief. Yeah, and I will say it's been a very well officiated game, but that particular call was not so wonderful. And a chance for Baxter to get this down to a one-possession game again. Abbott, the freshman, cut off in the paint, out to Alexander, puts the ball on the floor. Needs a little bit of help, gives it to Schaefer. He's cut off in the paint, shoots anyway, can't score. Great hustle by Keel, and he gets fouled. Great hustle by Keel. Foul on Grant, his fourth. 4:13 to go in our ball game, 37-32.
Yeah, it's been ugly.
Keel with it. And boy, what a steal by Alexander. Got it away from Kendrick all the way. And he lays it in. From 17-point lead for the Vikes down to 3. If the Vikings can figure out a way to hang on. 37-34, they lead by 3. 3:42 to go in our game. They tried to lob it in to Landon Wheat, and I believe he was held and fouled. That'll be the fourth foul on Baxter. So in the next one, the Vikings will be in the bonus. Got the foul on the freshman Abbott, his second. Boy, the Vikes need a basket in a big way. Kendrick gets it into Keel. Boy, only takes one dribble. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. Gets it to Barkus. Now to Kendrick on the far side. Vikings have only scored 11 points in the second half. Bounce pass to Barkus. Now to Kendrick. You know, we haven't seen much of Sawyer, and now he's getting ready to check in. Kendrick with it. Vikes being very, very patient on this possession. J.J. Kendrick in the corner to Barkus. Back to Kendrick. Back to Barkus.
Yeah.
I think they'd love to get the ball down to Landon Wheat.
He's just double teamed.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of attention, as you would expect. Here's a little shot in the paint. No good. Oh! Landon Wheat upset as I don't think there was anything intentional. Nothing intentional. Landon Wheat kind of got undercut.
Wow, that
was scary.
That could have been bad.
I think Maggard got called for the foul, and we'll give Landon Wheat 2 free throws. Let's see. That is the call. 2:49 to go in our game. It is a 3-point lead for the Vikes at 37-34.
I'm surprised they let Sawyer come in. They got 6 on the court right now.
Well, it's still the 5th foul. It's still the 5th foul that the Baxter coach was upset because he said Landon wasn't shooting, but he didn't realize that was the 5th foul of the quarter on the Lions. So 2 free throws coming for Landon Wheat. He's 2 out of 2. Make it 3 out of 3. 38-34, Vikes by 4. 2:49 to go in our game.
Yes.
Keel heads to the bench, replaced by Sawyer.
Oof.
One more for Landon Wheat, 6'4" senior. Has 5 points on the night, and he can't get the roll, and it's pulled out by the Lions. 4-point lead for the Vikes, 38-34, 2:42 to go in our game. 3-pointer by Schaefer. He can't get the roll, and a foul underneath, and it was on the Vikes.
What?
Wow, J.J. Kendrick
he's not getting any love.
No, he's had some strange calls go against him, and he has 4 fouls now. One more, and his night is over. A near steal. And, wow, again, Baxter gets the loose ball. It's been that way all night. Grant, skip pass over to Schaefer. Back to Grant on the baseline. Bad pass, it's a steal. The Vikings, I say stay out at half court.
Yeah, I agree.
And run some clock. 4-point lead for the Vikes.
Tullis in trouble, though.
Boy, he splits a couple of defenders, and it's stripped, and it goes out of bounds off Alexander. It'll stay with the Vikings. But that was the right idea. If, the Vikings they're in the bonus the rest of the way. We have a timeout on the floor by Baxter, but, the Vikings have had trouble scoring. They might as well try to get points at the free throw line, make Baxter chase.
Exactly.
Let's see if this is a full timeout, which it is. We will step away for a 30-second break and be right back. This is Viking basketball on V93.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Parsons Vikings trying to hang on and punch their ticket to the championship game tomorrow night. They lead Baxter 38-34. Tony, about halfway through the third period, the Vikings led this thing 33-16, and they only have 5 points since then.
Wow.
They have just not been able to put the ball in the basket. And credit that 3-2 zone of Baxter Springs. They have a lot of length out there, a lot of long arms, and it has caused the Vikings some problems. Vikings to inbound from the baseline here.
Need to get it in.
They get it into Sawyer. And Baxter, they're technically still in their zone, boy, but they are really starting to extend it out now, as you would expect. 2 minutes to play. Vikes have the ball in a 4-point lead. Tullis, he's in trouble in the corner, double team. Dribbles out of
be
trouble.
A foul there.
And the ball tipped away. Great hustle by Tullis to save the possession. J.J. Kendrick splits a couple of defenders. Out to Sawyer. To Kendrick. Kendrick may get a layup here. Oh, they wipe away the basket, but he was fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. Logan Abbott, the 5'7" freshman, picks up his third personal. This is going to come down to free throws. If the Vikings can knock them down, you have to like their chances.
Just a minute and a half left.
Again, no 1-and-1 in high school basketball this season. Everything is a two-shot opportunity, and Kendrick knocks down the first free throw. He now has 7 points. He is 1 out of 4 from the line. The senior with his second free throw. Off the mark, no good. Tullis fighting hard, and I think he committed a foul. Oh, it's a jump ball. That should stay with the Vikings.
Wow, that's big.
And I don't know if I agree with that call. I didn't have a good angle. But
Tullis is happy about it.
Yeah, boy, his hustle has just been outstanding this entire season. So the Vikes with the ball and a 5-point lead. Tried to get it into Wheat, and he is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. The foul was on Schaefer. That will be his third.
If he can knock these down, extend it back to 7, that'd be
that would be
three
huge.
Possessions.
Landon is 3 out of 4 from the line. He has 5 points tonight. 6'4" senior puts it up. It's good. 40-34, Vikes by 6. And I can tell you, Tony, whoever wins this game is going to have to play a lot better tonight to knock off that Riverton team.
Yeah.
Second free throw goes down.
They're impressive.
So it is a 3-possession game now. 41-34, Vikes by 7. Minute and a half to go. Abbott pulls up from about 12 and cannot get the roll. Landon Wheat with the rebound. Now you have to like the Vikes' chances. Up by 7 and a minute 18 to go. Baxter will have to switch to a man-to-man, and they're going to have to do a lot of chasing and a lot of fouling. But the Vikes get a great pass from Sawyer to Wheat, and he lays it in. Going to be very difficult now for Baxter. 15-foot shot from the baseline, no good. Rebounded by J.J. Kendrick, and the Vikings can slow things up. 43-34. J.J. splits a couple of defenders. Back to Wheat, and he lays it in.
Big time by Wheat.
And we have his official timeout as Landon tweaked his ankle again, and he's probably going to have to head to the bench. Boy, he had a couple of huge layups there, a couple of nice assists from his teammates. 45-34, Vikes by 11. And Tony, we saw a couple of very lucid examples there of why Baxter had stayed in their zone. As soon as they had to switch to man-to-man, a couple of easy baskets for Landon Wheat.
Yep, I agree. Landon Wheat's been impressive the last, probably 30 seconds of game clock.
Yeah.
I think at least 6 points. He made those 2 free throws and then those 2 layups. That's what you got to do. I mean, you got that senior leadership. Talked about it earlier. The Lady Vikes had Sydney Scheibe was kind of, lackluster in the first half, and then she stepped up at the right time. Same with Ashka Patel. And that's what senior leadership's got to do in order to win games, and hopefully we can finish this out.
Baxter inbounds with 49 seconds to go in our game. Parsons leading up 45-34. Schaefer with it. Baxter will have to move very quickly here. Abbott out top to Alexander for a long 3, and he cannot get the roll. Rebounded by the Vikes.
Yeah, this is pretty much over now.
And they go ahead and commit a foul in the backcourt. And I think if he hits these two, I don't think you're going to see any more fouls by Baxter Springs.
It'll be tough to come back. 13 points in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I've seen 10 in 30 seconds. Right now it's at 11.
Sawyer has 5 points. He is 0 for 1 from the line. Make it 1 out of 2 as he gets out, 1 to go. So nice job by the Vikes. This got down to what? 3. It's down to 3, wasn't it? It was a 1-possession game. And the Vikings have been able to pull away here down the stretch. 46-34. Make it 47-34. 13-point lead for the Vikes.
Yeah, I think we're on a 10-0 run, Scott.
And here come the Lions. Schaefer all the way to the basket, and he scores off the glass. He is in double figures with 10. Kendrick with it. And looks like the Vikings, if they can get the ball into the front court here, will just be able to dribble out the clock. 12 seconds to go. Oh, and a foul by Maggard, the senior. I mean, I don't think he was necessarily fouling intentionally. He was just going for a steal. That'll stop the clock with 10.9 seconds to go. It's going to be the Parsons Vikings and the Riverton Rams in the championship game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Again, the Lady Vikings will be in the championship game against Neodesha at 5:30. And JJ has been off the mark from the free throw line tonight. Just 1 out of 6. And he's a better free throw shooter than that. Looking for his 8th point. It's on the way, and it's good. 48-36. Vikes by 12. They're going to win this. 8 seconds to go. Long three is short. Rebounded by J.J. Kendrick, and that's going to be it. 2 seconds to go. 1 second. And the final buzzer sounds. The Vikings win it by a final score of 48-36. They head to tomorrow's championship game against Riverton. Let's take a 3-minute commercial break. We'll be back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. This is Viking basketball on V93.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Bowen Pharmacy supports the Parsons Vikings here, and here, and here. It's our goal to keep you covered. At Bowen Pharmacy, we give no excuses for you not to make it to the game. And it's always a great day to be a Viking.
And we're back live at the Lancer Classic at Southeast High School. Time now for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. Vikings knock off Baxter Springs 48-36 to advance to the championship game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against the Riverton Rams. Tony, wasn't easy. It looked like it was going to be easy. 17-point second-half lead. Gets whittled all the way down to 3 in the fourth quarter. hats off to the Vikes. They gutted it out, knocked down enough free throws to pull away, and got the 12-point win.
Yeah, it was definitely a gutsy fight there. Whenever it just felt like everything was going Baxter's way there in the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden, Landon Wheat, gets fouled and then kind of got undercut, kind of scary, and makes both free throws, and then 2 times in a row right after that, back-to-back layups, and then a couple more free throws to ice it off. But, it's those wins are sometimes hard to come by, and this was definitely one of those wins.
We'll run down the final scoring totals for you. First for Baxter Springs, they were led by their 6'5 sophomore Jacob Grant with 14. Weston Schaefer was in double figures with 10. 6 points for Javen Alexander, 4 points for Isaiah Main, and 2 points for Gage Maggard. The Vikings were led by Jagger Quirin, 13 points for the sophomore. He had 11 of those in the first half. Landon Wheat was in double figures with 11, 8 points for J.J. Kendrick, 7 points apiece for Dante Sawyer and Trey Tullis, and 2 points for Trey Mack. So pretty balanced scoring again for the Vikings, which is pretty typical, but just not a lot of scoring overall. Because once Baxter Springs went to that 3-2 zone, Vikings had some trouble putting the ball in the basket, and they had some turnovers against that zone as well. But again, all that matters is the final score, and it's 48-36. Vikings with a 12-point win. Again, if you missed it, the Lady Vikings had a 7-point win earlier today in their semifinal matchup, and they advanced to the championship game to play Neota Shea tomorrow at 5:30. Vikings will play the Riverton Rams at 7 in the championship game. Looking around for Coach Houck. I don't see him yet.
I do not either.
Let's give Coach one more minute. We'll take a 1-minute commercial break, and hopefully we can visit with Coach Houck. We'll be right back in 1 minute. This is Viking basketball on V93. And we're back at the Lancer Classic, Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. We're joined now by Viking head coach Anthony Houck. Coach, boy, it wasn't easy, 48-36. You guys got the win. You had the 17-point lead in the second half, got all the way down to 3 points. Talk about that Baxter Springs 3-2 zone. It did give you guys some trouble at times.
Yeah, we talked about the zone last night,
yes,
right?
We did.
And hey, zones are even tougher when they put 6'4", 6'4", 6'3" across the front of it.
That's a lot of length to deal with. You're right.
And I told you, sometimes those zones just make you want to sit out there and shoot threes. And that's what we did for about a 4-minute stretch. That ball never punched the inside and never touched the paint. And when we're all standing outside like that, we don't get any rebounds. So we were one shot and done for about 5 minutes, and finally we started moving a little better and got some twos. And so, that's a tough zone. And they got a few guys that can really play. So that's a good group.
Yeah, they're a good team. And we were worried, obviously, with Landon tweaking his ankle again. And
the other one.
It's the other ankle.
It was
this
the good
time.
one.
Okay, so he tweaked the good ankle tonight a couple of times. But, I mean, just talk about losing him when he's your main. You don't have Demias Johnson,
right?
But now, how do you attack a zone? When you're 6'4" Landon Wheat guy, there's not much of an inside presence,
right?
So that makes it doubly tough.
Yeah, normally Tullis does a great job. Tullis and JJ do a great job working off of Demias and Landon in there.
Yep.
So with Demias out, Landon out,
Yeah.
now Tullis is our big man, you know,
Yeah.
and we were, you know, a little out of sorts, you know. We haven't practiced that really. So, you know, we still got some work to do and get some guys into more and working them into some more spots and getting them comfortable. And then we had a couple guys getting in foul trouble too.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I thought JJ did a really good job trying to drive.
Yeah.
He got called for 2 offensive
Man.
fouls that didn't even look even close to
Yeah.
being offensive.
I understand the first one. I'm good with that first one. On the second one, I thought that he got smacked from behind
I did
before the
too.
charge, you know. But
Man.
that's just, hey,
That's
credit them. I mean, if I'm coaching against us, I'm
Sure.
telling, hey, take charges, take
Oh,
charges,
yeah.
take
Yeah.
charges.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, if I'm coaching against us, I'm telling them, hey, play rough, play dirty, because for whatever reason, they don't get called for it, and our guys
Yeah.
get flustered and get
Yeah.
you know, get a lot, you know, get
Sure.
get ticked off and stuff. And they were kind of baiting us a little bit, but we got to do a better job of keeping our composure and not getting rattled in those moments, because they just turned to turnovers and bad shots.
Right.
And so
Well, Coach, it was good to see Jagger Querin back on
Yeah.
the floor, and he took full advantage of it in
Man,
the
he
first
did.
half.
Yeah.
Talk about those 2 big threes he had at the end of the first period
Yeah.
and right before halftime.
that was big. That was big, you know. And he can shoot it. He can flat out shoot it, and you know, the kids love to share it with him, and he's getting more confident in offense, you know. And
Yeah.
it's you know, him just being a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we needed defensive stops, and you know, he's
Oh, yeah.
you know, he's still learning on the defensive
Mm-hmm.
pieces and stuff, and that's fine, you know, as long as, but yeah, that was just great having him back. Just great having more bodies.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
no fun being shorthanded. And
You know? Yeah.
Coach, you guys advance to the championship game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock against a Riverton team that I have seen play a couple of times now, and they look really good.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough. You know, they got the big kid in the middle, and
Yeah.
he's long, man. Doesn't he remind you of Pierce?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
he is
yeah.
a shot blocking machine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to. Hey, we got some work to do.
Yeah.
We got some work to do. But hey, I like our group, and I know we'll go to battle with them. And
Exactly.
And so yeah, but they're a good team, and they play hard.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, should be a fun championship night. Coach, 12-point win. It wasn't always pretty, but who cares?
Made some free throws at the
Hey,
end. That's always
right.
nice to
That's
you know,
right.
extend that lead when the clock's not running. So that was good.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned that you can always see. I saw it tonight with Baxter, and you see it every time in that situation. Each time when that free throw goes through the net,
Yeah.
that opponent's face just
Yeah.
falls a little bit more,
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit more as they see that
Yeah.
gap widening and the clock running down. So 48-36, you guys get the win, and let's go and get that championship tomorrow night
do
over
it.
the Riverton Rams.
Let's do it.
Good job, Coach.
Thank you guys. Appreciate
Yep,
it.
thanks, Coach.
And congrats to our girls, right?
That's
We gotta
right.
go-
That's
we'll
right.
try to both
Eight
get
straight
one.
wins here, and the boys are on 5 straight. So
All right, we'll take it.
Sounds good. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys.
So once again, the Vikings win it over Baxter Springs, 48-36, to advance to the championship tomorrow night against Riverton at approximately 7 o'clock. And at 5:30, it'll be the Lady Vikings taking on Neota Shea. In the girls' championship, will be on the air at approximately 5:25 tomorrow evening. So that's going to wrap it up for the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. For Tony Fuentes and for Karen Hardesty, this is Scott Marlowe saying thanks for listening and good night.